sure am glad we got the outside of the house decorated. It's getting spooky out there.
Yeah, it is. Now we just have to finish decorating in here and we'll be good to go.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Uh-oh, not again! Another movie! Huh. I guess we'll watch it.
That felt good.
Yeah.
Alright.
I did this for a while.
There's Seymour. Hello, Seymour.
That about sums this movie up.
Yeah.
He wants candy corn.
Mm.
I gave him one. He loves it.
Who doesn't?
A lot of people.
I know. Everybody hates it.
We don't.
Love it.
To candy corn. To candy corn season. Anyway. Halloween.
Halloween. I'm wearing the world's ugliest shirt in honor of Halloween.
There's a teapot with a bat on it.
There is. There's a cocktail for whatever reason.
There's a bunch of cups.
Some citrus fruit.
There's a coffee cup with coffee beans on it. Because Halloween.
Right. I really don't understand. There's silverware.
Yes.
Right here. In here. Whatever.
There's a plate with silverware and a pumpkin.
Yeah. Alright.
Shrunken Heads.
Fucking Shrunken Heads.
I hate this movie.
It's a pile of shit.
Yes.
In a kind of good way. It's an entertaining pile of shit.
It's pretty entertaining, yeah. It jumps from like a G rating to an R rating. Whatever.
No, it's written by Matthew Bright, who also wrote Modern Vampires.
Okay.
Which was directed by Richard Elfman, who directed Shrunken Heads.
Yes.
And that movie is just as confusing and bizarre as Shrunken Heads.
Superheroes from their heads to their necks.
Yeah.
And they don't look like this at all.
No, these look really good.
Well, these look at least more interesting.
Nobody breathes fire.
No, I wish they did. Nobody really shoots lasers out of their eyes.
Yeah, the one kid shoots electricity out of his
forehead.
This kid just sucks blood, but where does it go?
This kid.
No, this is Freddy here.
I know, but he's the one with the razor teeth, and the one that sucks blood has razor teeth.
Yeah, but Freddy has the switch. Well, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah. This doesn't matter. It's not true.
It's not.
It's a lie.
It's a half-truth. There are shrunken heads that fly and attack people.
And they have stupid hair.
Yeah. Yeah, they all have they all have hair lobes.
Hair lobes. You wanted to say man buns, but instead they're hair lobes.
Yeah. I was gonna say man loaf, but that just...
Ew!
Yeah, that sounds kind of bad.
It's a husband bulge. That's from Cabin in the Woods.
Oh. Damn it. Alright. So,
I did a reference.
You did. It was... I didn't get it. It flew past me.
I only remember it because it was so gross sounding to me at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh, husband bulge. I hate that. Alright. Let's go.
Yeah, we open in a convenience store, and little Tommy Larson is sweeping up.
They all have like a Dick and Spot kind of...
Like generic names?
Yeah.
So anyway, Bill Turner shows up to tell Tommy that the new Green Lantern comics are.
They're super excited
They
about Green Lantern comics.
says nobody ever, but whatever. So they run down to the local paper stand.
Well, wait. First, that other kid is getting bullied.
Yeah.
The worst acting child ever.
Do they always call you Frederick Merriam Thompson?
Well, you can call me Freddy.
That's a relief.
As in, like, worst actor.
Freddy is new in town.
Freddy is new.
Yeah, and he is a sleepy, sedated child.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, maybe his parents were forcing him into this.
Yeah.
So they just sedated him for the entirety of the movie.
It got dark.
Well, I mean, if you watch it, this movie's pretty dark. As in, it's just so depressing and bad.
This movie is just a treasure trove of inappropriate, really.
I mean, I wouldn't say treasure.
Well,
Maybe I'd call it more of a cesspool of inappropriate
an inappropriate
child
buffet.
things. Little kids getting picked on, little new kids getting picked on. Sleepy child falls off his bike, and like the vipers or the shirt just looks like it says wipers to me.
Yeah, I have a note that says Booger and the Wipers.
Booger and the Wipers. Yeah.
Which I don't think I'd go see them, but it's a good band name.
Yeah, I mean that's like a one-hit wonder band from the 80s or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they did like a song for Weird Science.
I'd wear a shirt that said Booger and the Wipers.
Yeah, I might, depending on the design.
I probably wouldn't, but
yeah. No one would, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, one of the punks' name, as you may have surmised at this point, is Booger.
Yep.
And Pud is the other one.
Yeah.
And Vinny's the leader.
There's some others too, but I don't think we ever get their names.
No.
And
yep.
Booger is Richard Elfman's son.
Yeah. Bodie Elfman.
Which is, there's a scene later in the movie that's not good of his son.
It's confusing.
And why he chose to do that.
It's worrisome.
I don't like it at all. Anyway, the score is also by Danny Elfman and some guy. So, Richard Band and Danny Elfman.
I mean, there are points in the movie where it's like, this is very clearly a Danny Elfman score.
Definitely.
But it's not, like, when you hear that score, you're used to watching a Tim Burton movie, so there's something, like, really whimsical and creative going on.
Right.
And this, it's just like a 16-year-old girl sleeping. And it's cringy.
Yeah. Well, there is a miniature set that we both absolutely love.
Oh, yeah, that miniature set of New York City is superb.
I guess it's New York City. They never really say it's New York City. We just kind of guessed.
Yeah.
I have to write names down because I can't remember names at all. Donald Pennington is the one that did that set, which is not credited on IMDb. I don't know if he was just like, leave that off.
Right, because he worked on the Titanic and
Yes.
Ghostbusters. And
Yeah, he did some really cool stuff. I know he did some stuff with Rick Baker too. Anyway, okay, so we gotta talk about the movie, like what happens.
Yes.
Okay, sleepy kid's bullied, knocked off his bike. His other two nerdy dudes come.
They show up and befriend him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tommy and Bill.
Tommy and Bill Turner.
Help him out, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the newspaper stand, creepy newspaper stand guy.
Mr. Sumatra.
Mr. Sumatra, which is the
voodoo priest.
Yeah, but like, I guess he's not a villain, but he is like a villain.
He definitely is he makes a big deal of being a part of the Tonton Macoute, which was like the secret police in Haiti.
Yeah.
And a particularly violent...
Which was like the KGB of
right.
Haiti.
Yeah.
And he's like real proud of it.
Not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good look, Mr. Sumatra.
Mr. Coffee.
Mr. Coffee.
When one deals with malefactors, one must have great diligence. Only then may expose the soft parts beneath the underbellies, leaving them bleeding and sorrowful for trial.
The cops in Haiti sound pretty scary.
Yes, Freddy. Cops in Haiti, like extremely scary.
So Mr. Sumatra breaks it up, and he kind of scares the teenager kids off. Maybe they're teenagers, I don't know. They're probably all in their 20s.
Definitely.
And they kind of like say, hey, fuck you, man, and they run away anyway.
Right.
And then that's when the now 3 friends go over to his newsstand and get like shitty, like the shittiest comic books that no kid would like, actually.
There's a scene right after that where they're hanging out in Tommy's room or something, and Tommy's going, man, the Green Lantern is the coolest comic ever.
No, they were hanging out in the alley on trash chairs.
But yeah, he says Green Lantern is the coolest superhero ever invented, and Bill Turner's like, no, Crypto is. And that's Superman's dog?
Yeah.
Or Superboy's dog? It's literally a dog with a Superman emblem and a cape.
Maybe they chose the lamest.
Who likes Crypto? Fucking nobody.
Yeah, maybe they chose like the lamest characters for some reason. On purpose. I don't know.
Yeah.
And apparently Bill Turner loves jelly beans.
Wizzo.
Which is when Sumatra gives him Wizzo beans.
Something came in that might interest you.
Never heard of this flavor.
Not William. A starchy potato-like root that is very popular in my country.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. Sumatra.
Phil's a jelly bean junkie. That's all he eats.
Wizzo beans.
Which we looked up. It's not real, unfortunately. Okay, so he gives them Wizzo beans, and then that's when they go to the alley and they're reading their shitty comics and talking about how great they are. And the teen kids come back and harass them again.
They do. They take the comics, right?
I don't know what they do. They just kind of yell at them and they're bullying them.
We're learning that these thugs are a constant nuisance in these boys' lives.
Yeah. Okay, and then it cuts to a scene. They're back in Tommy's dad's convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Sally wanders over. So we should mention that Sally's dating
Vinny.
Vinny.
At the time.
Yes. And yeah, she like saunters over with her weird finger pointing walk.
Sally has a walk.
Sally walks real dumb. This whole fucking movie she walks like this.
The entire time. Every time she walks, yeah.
I think she thought it looked cool or seductive or dainty or something, but she just looks stupid.
Fair.
Cut to that. Anyway, so she comes into the store and she's expressing interest in Tommy. I guess they've known each other, they've grown up together or whatever, and all of a sudden she's like, hey, I like you for no reason in particular. And he's just like, cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Sally.
I just want to let you know that I'm really sorry about yesterday. Vinny just gets like that sometimes.
Oh, but I think then they kind of argue about the fact that she's dating this Vinny guy and he's a scumbag.
Right.
Having trouble doesn't mean you go out terrorizing the entire neighborhood. And he's your boyfriend?
Thug kids are driving around.
They're driving down the street.
And Mr. Sumatra sees them. And he's like, I'll teach them a lesson.
And he blows some magic dust.
Yeah, that he has really conveniently next to him.
At his newsstand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which causes them to lose control of their vehicle and smash into something.
It does. He blows the magic dust like half a mile down the street, and it somehow goes into their car.
Yeah.
He's super talented with his blowing skills.
He's Haitian, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so then they're at Tommy's apartment.
Yeah.
Above their convenience store, talking about shitty comics again.
Yes.
And Bill Turner and Freddie?
Yeah.
Okay, Bill Turner and Freddie leave. And then Sally saunters back.
She does.
At night, later on that day, I guess. For some reason, she can't get enough of this kid.
Sally is all kinds of into Tommy, even though he looks like he's
10.
3 years younger than her.
He looks like a 10-year-old.
He does.
And this girl is obviously
16, 17?
something like that.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't go for some kid like that Let me tell you, there's no way in hell that would ever happen.
No.
So she ends up going up the fire escape, and they talk, they're chatting, blah, 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 and she starts, like, kissing him. Whatever. And then he gets a call on his walkie-talkie.
Yes. And, Bill Turner and Freddy have come upon the Vipers. Mm-hmm. And they are...
just stripping some old lady's car, I guess.
That's old lady Wilson's car.
Stealing stuff off of it.
Yeah, so they phone into Tommy on the walkie-talkie, and they're like, hey, guess what's going on?
Yeah.
And Tommy's like, yes, I can finally catch the Vipers in action.
Right.
Because Tommy's a big fucking narc.
Yeah, he's a fucking rat bitch.
Yes.
So he gets a camcorder and he goes down and films them doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess at that point he'd also called the cops.
He had, yes.
So the cops show up while they're in the act of. And then this dumbass Tommy kid just walks up with his camcorder. He's like, haha, I got you guys. Just like right in front of all these like thug kids in New York City that is supposed to be like a rough neighborhood, I guess.
Right.
Like, what the fuck kid would do
just
that? Just
rat them out.
Right in front of them.
Right in front of them.
Here you go, police officer. Here's the evidence you need.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid kind of deserves to get murdered. Just saying.
I mean, he does get murdered within like 24 hours, and
Yeah.
that's pretty realistic, I would think. I mean, he would at least get the shit kicked out of him a bunch. Maybe not murdered, but, you know.
Murdered, Matt. He deserves to be murdered.
They're young gang members, so it's not, you know.
Yeah, but they're like the lamest gang. They're like West Side Story gang. They're just like... So those kids get busted.
Yes.
No, I don't remember. Did Vinny not get busted for some reason?
Vinny wasn't there.
Okay, that's right. So then they cut to this character named Big Mo, which is a very interesting character.
Yeah, Vinny goes to
his boss.
the hangout of the local crime boss.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mo.
Right. I kind of love how they did this.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Which is, yeah, Meg Foster
Old crazy eyes herself.
Yeah.
Meg
is
Foster.
dressed as like a drag kingpin. Yeah, she's kind of in drag.
Yeah.
Like as a male.
Yeah, she's very androgynous.
And they still refer to her as a her.
Mhm.
Like, she's not playing a male. She's
Right.
playing...
That's true, they do.
They do.
They establish her pronouns.
Yeah.
As she, her.
And she has her bitch, her side piece.
Yeah, that she does.
Yeah, so I actually think that part was actually pretty interesting.
I did too.
How they decided to do that.
And Meg Foster plays this part
pretty well.
Pretty well.
Yeah,
it looked like she was having a blast.
I got a problem. All right, my boys all got pinched, and I need to raise $3 grand to bail them out.
Well, I look like a bank.
Oh, Big Mo.
You probably did, yeah. It looked like a fun role in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Vinny shows up and he's like, hey, my boys got caught, and it's all because of this little kid.
Yeah.
And...
That's when she just gives him some guns and she's like, take care of it.
Yeah, well, she tells him to go round those kids up and bring them here.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right.
Because when they get there...
Yes.
Vinny comes back with Tommy and Freddy and Bill Turner.
Which I guess was like just really easy to round them up. Because they're dumb little idiots.
They're little 10-year-old kids.
Yeah.
It's not hard to...
Right. So they lock them up in a room.
They lock them up in like a back room, very stupidly with their numbers slips. They're running the numbers
Their lottery.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, their lottery slips.
So
What's all this?
They're number slips.
the kids grab those, find a way out.
We don't need them.
Come on, Tommy!
You're crazy.
Seymour, are you in the shot again?
Okay.
You just love being on this show, huh? They sneak out a window.
So they steal that little asshole. Just the stupidest kid.
Yeah, it's like, why bother with
He's got
that?
no street smarts at all.
Yeah.
He's like from the suburbs. He looks like he's from the suburbs. They decide to steal Big Mo's lottery slips.
Yes.
Sneak out of the window, which they do. They get out and run off. I don't know why they decided this was a good idea.
They could have just run off
Yeah,
and laid low for a little while.
right.
They might have, you know, it might have cooled down for them eventually, but I mean,
Not really, though.
they're the aggressor.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not really, because those kids are, you know, the Vipers are bullies and
Right.
all that stuff, but like they're not making good decisions.
All bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that little Freddy kid's like freaking out, like probably having second thoughts about his choice of friends.
It's his like first day in town,
Yeah,
so yeah,
he's
I'm
just
sure
getting
he's
totally
like,
fucked.
what am I doing here? But he's all in.
Okay, so that's when Big Mo's like, those sons of bitches, get my lottery slips back, and here's some guns.
Yeah, here's some guns. Go kill them kids.
They got loose. They took my slips.
You want me to take care of it like this?
What? You ain't up for it, kid?
Yeah, I'm up for it.
And they do.
They sure do.
They just gun them kids down in the street.
They gun down right in the street.
Yeah.
They don't really show it. They had the wisdom, at least, to not squid these kids up, but
I wish they had.
it's still
I would have liked this movie so much more. It would have been so funny. Okay, he goes back to Big Mo's, and he's like, it's done. And he brings back the lottery slips, right?
yes, he does.
Okay.
Because that gets him his promotion. He's moving up in the world of crime.
How exciting.
Indeed.
Alrighty.
Yeah, oh. Yeah, look at that. Come here. I want you to go get yourself some clothes. You're working for me now. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Smoke coming.
Wow. Spooky.
Where were we?
What's happening? Is it spooky and weird? Is it spooky?
It's spooky.
I'm from Pittsburgh. I can't help it.
It's spooky.
Spooky. Throw you right in the garbage. Stop it. Alrighty.
Okay.
What happens?
The kids are dead.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
Mr. Sumatra,
He goes to their funeral.
he breaks in to the funeral home.
They have a funeral. They have a funeral, and all three
Oh.
caskets are there.
Right.
And Mr. Sumatra's like, oh no, sad. Then it's really bad smelling. Then then he cuts their heads off with a
Yes.
saw.
He steals the heads.
And he steals the
Those-
little kids' heads.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about.
It's
Like, this isn't cute.
It's
This is
not.
like,
It's like,
that's fucked up. If you think about it for more than a second, you're like, Jesus Christ.
yeah. When we watched the trailer for this movie, I don't think we knew. I don't think they really showed like the story to that extent where we knew it was going to be the shrunken heads of little children.
Well, I feel like we weren't paying attention in the trailer.
That's
We
true.
just saw these stupid ass things like flying around.
We were just super excited about the concept in general.
But we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so he burgles the graves
Yes.
of these children. And he takes their heads back to his condominium.
Which he is very emphatic about throughout the movie.
He talks about his
That he
condominium
lives
many,
in a
many
condominium.
times.
He takes the children's heads. This whole scene is set to an Eric Satie song.
Yeah, which they keep playing over and over and over again. But like different variations of it.
Yes.
Arrangements, different arrangements.
Correct.
Anyway, that's anecdotal.
That it is. He takes the children's heads back to his condominium, where he has an enormous cast iron cauldron.
Yes.
In the middle of his living room.
Yeah, he's like on the top floor, and that thing probably weighs like 1,000 pounds.
How did you get it in there?
I don't know.
No way it fits through any of the doors. He would have had to have like crane lifted it.
Magic, maybe.
And that's true.
He's a magician. He's like a wizard.
He does have a
It's like a Haitian
wizard's
wizard.
outfit.
Yeah. Ugh. God, I hate that
Sure is
costume.
entirely accurate, not at all disrespectful to Asian culture.
Definitely not. I hate that thing. Alright, so he boils their heads and all that jazz, and he prepares them, and there's some old couple, and they're like, oh man, your apartment smells real bad. And he's like, oh well.
This is Sumatra. There's been a terrible stench coming from your apartment.
Yeah, and
there's like a bunch of dead animals.
There's just like a dead cat at his feet.
Yeah, and he
while
picks it up
he's
and
talking with the old people.
As you can see, this cat has not been well at all. That is the source of that terrible stench. But please, be patient. The doctor of cats has predicted that he will soon be bursting with health. Good night. Until tomorrow.
Yeah, and he
While
picks it up
he's
and
talking with the old people.
takes it with him.
Yeah, and he says, nice fat pussy cat for seasoning.
And he throws it
And he
in.
just drops it in whole into the cauldron. They show him preparing the shrunken heads after he's boiled them down and he's drying them.
Yeah, they're kind of like fun little props.
Yeah.
That they have. They don't.
I have a note that says I want those head props.
I want those. I want those.
I want those.
So.
He's stitched up their eyes and lips.
I guess that's part of the process, and then you shrink them down, and then you can cut them open. Okay, so I guess he's all done with his whole rigmarole, whatever he's doing, and he sets them all up and awakens them. You know, when I drink bubbly things.
Yeah. Yes, he awakens them. He snips the stitches.
Snips the stitches and...
Snitches really did get stitches.
Exactly.
I stole your joke.
You did steal my joke. I had some good ones. That's all, though. I don't have any more good ones. That was the last one. I forgot about it anyway.
Yeah. So, to wake up Bill Turner,
Yeah.
he's got the pack of jelly beans at Bill's Turner's mouth, and he's like,
Eat the Wizzo. Eat the Wizzo now.
Eat the Wizzo. Eat the Wizzo.
It's really bizarre.
It is
because they never
hilarious.
really established if Bill Turner liked Wizzo beans.
He gave them to him once.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Whatever. I guess the Wizzo beans woke him up because he was awake.
Yeah.
And then the other kid just woke up.
Right.
Sort of.
They're all awake, and a training montage happens.
A really shitty one.
Yeah. Freddy, for some reason, just has a switchblade in his mouth at all times, I guess. He does a little spin, and it goes, and then a switchblade pops out.
Yeah.
And that's how he attacks. He flies with a switchblade.
Well, we didn't really find that out
and
until like
slashes.
after they.
Well, he does it to the mannequin during his training montage.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like they have this training mannequin, and for some reason it bleeds.
Yeah, the
Which
kid
is
who
bizarre.
sucks blood, who has the vampire fangs, like...
Which is the fat kid. It's true.
This is true. He bites the neck of the mannequin, and it's bleeding for whatever reason.
Did that happen with the Switchblade kid, too?
I think so, because he flew by and, like, slit its throat area.
Really dumb.
I don't know.
That's his special power. He, like, barfs up a Switchblade and then, like, slices people with it.
Yeah.
Like, cuts things. And then Tommy's power is electricity.
Electricity, yeah.
Something
It comes out of his forehead.
comes out of his forehead.
And he's got other powers, apparently, that we'll get to when they come up, but
It's all
it
pretty.
was just random. It didn't feel like... It just felt like, this is something we need for this scene, so
Yeah.
let's give him that power.
Right.
Anyway, they apparently train for 1 year.
Yep. Takes a whole year for them to get to
Perfect their-
some point where they're so full of hate and ready for revenge, I guess, which is the point of them.
Right. So Mr. Sumatra sends them out. Well, we learn, actually, before that, we learn that Vinny is doing well. He's climbing up the crime ladder.
He's definitely in that shot.
Yeah, that's okay, because my battery's getting low on this camera.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Where the fuck were we at, man?
1 year later.
Oh yeah, heads finally take off to do their first kill. And it's, I guess this is where the superhero part comes in. This is the only part that
Yeah.
I would consider a superhero act.
They fight crime once, and it's this scene.
Yes. It's like
They
these two
thwart a rape.
scumbags. Yeah. Which, that's cool. But
Yeah.
like, okay. Yeah, it's just these two guys in an alley attacking a woman.
Yeah.
And
It's the big scene for the Shrunken Heads.
yes, you really get to see them in action.
They fly into the alley one by one. Bill Turner shows up and he... No?
First, it's the throat slit one.
Yeah.
Because he kills Stinky Man.
Oh, yeah.
No, Stinky Man! No!
Stinky Man, what's the matter?
Stinky Man! What's the matter?
Says.
Yeah. Because he slits his throat and he
Right,
falls
he
over.
slits his throat.
And then Bill Turner comes and munches that one.
Yeah, yeah.
The... Who's the...
I don't think they gave that guy a name.
They didn't, but he looks like... can't remember his name. The director is really ugly brother. He was in the Ice
Clint
Cream.
Howard?
Yeah, he looks like Clint Howard.
He does kind of look
He
like
looks
Clint
like Clint
Howard.
Howard. Big, weird lumpy head, all bald and shit.
He gets electrocuted,
I
right?
thought he got munched.
Did he get munched?
One of them got munched, and he just sucks his blood on his neck. It's
Yeah.
like a tick.
At any rate,
And then,
they both go down.
yeah, and they die.
They turn into zombies.
They turn into farting zombies that clean the city.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't know what that was about either. That's their first kill.
Yeah.
And then they fly off, and there's a bunch of, like, exposition because they realized they had to explain what the fuck was going on. Just a little bit.
Right.
Not enough, though.
No, they say with each kill, we draw closer to becoming vessels of hate. And we lose our humanity more and more, which is apparently their goal.
Superheroes. What?
I don't know. It is...
This is the most confused. So, like, if you ever watch this movie, you're gonna wonder who the fuck this was made for.
Right. Is it for teens? Is it for adults?
It certainly cannot be for children, or should not be for
know.
children. Though that's the feel of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But then weird shit, it's just very confused. Like the whole thing is very confused and confusing. Okay, so their little exposition dump.
Yeah. Mr. Sumatra is standing on his balcony with a ram horn.
And he summons them back.
He summons them back by blowing into it.
But then Tommy, did he like spy on that little sleeping girl, Sally?
He does go off, and this is where the Danny Elfman score really kicks in. And
nothing happens.
Tommy's
he just
head
looks at her.
is just floating around her bedroom watching her sleep. Because he apparently has some humanity left.
Yeah, all the exposition just seemed to be completely wrong.
Yeah.
And then he goes back almost instantly and joins the Weird Heads.
Because Mr. Sumatra is on his balcony, summoning them with a ram's horn.
A ram's horn is apparently their head whistle.
Yes.
The head whistle sounds not like a good thing at all.
It doesn't.
If
you made like a whistle with somebody's skull. A skull flute.
I was just thinking about a wiener whistle.
No. Well, there's that too.
But I'm a scumbag. Anyway.
Yeah, the next scene is Vinny is at Big Mo's shop and he calls Sally up to see if she wants to see a movie. And all of a sudden they're swearing up a storm.
Hey, Vinny, what movie you gonna see, huh?
Don't you fucking worry about what movie, Booger, all right?
Yeah. This is like pretty much the main and only part of the whole movie.
Big
where they're
tonal
just like,
shift in the movie.
Yeah. But there's like so many of those throughout this movie, which is just why you're pretty much confused the entire time you're watching it anyway.
Right. What happens next?
See, I had that the thugs were having a conversation about, because they're shaking everyone down in the neighborhood, the shop owners, you know, for the protection. I guess they're the mafia, but you know.
Yeah, Booger shows up, and Vinny's like,
Richard Elfman's son.
Richard Elfman's son. And he's like, why aren't you shaking down Mr. Sumatra?
Yeah.
And Booger's like, that guy gives me the creeps.
Yeah, I'm real creeped out by that guy. And they were like, do it anyway, you idiot.
Yep.
Shake him down. Get the money. So he goes and tries to do that, and Mr. Sumatra's like, fuck off. This neighborhood's safe because of me, not you.
Yeah.
And
he, his eyes light up.
Oh, right.
And Booger gets super scared.
Oh man, did you see that?
I didn't see nothing.
That's it, man. I don't care no more. I'm out of here. I don't care no more.
Runs off.
Yes.
Leaving Pud there to fend for himself.
Pud. Pud.
He doesn't have any trouble, but Booger does run off and leave him there.
Yes. Cut to Booger and Pud in Booger's apartment because Pud was kicked out of his mom's apartment.
Yeah, his mom doesn't want him there anymore.
Yeah.
And Booger finds this hilarious.
Yeah.
By the way.
So Pud can stay, and Booger's like, oh, I'm gonna go shower.
Yeah.
Now, this is the scene that I found very bizarre. This was a strange choice for Richard Elfman to film his son in a kind of somewhat sensual nude shower scene, naked.
Right. Although you can see his undies.
Right, but they're like pretty low.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was supposed to be nude, but it was a technical error.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of those.
But he is
movie is a technical
he
error.
is like rubbing himself very
Yeah.
sensually.
Why?
I don't know. He's not a particularly handsome guy. I wouldn't say he's ugly, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's not dreamy.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
But why would you want to film your kid doing that? I don't get it.
Maybe he was trying to like establish his son as like a heartthrobby kind of guy, so he'd get some leading roles and stuff, you know.
I guess that's nice of him.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
It did.
Why would it? No one saw this fucking movie.
This is true.
All right.
Anyway,
So, Mr. Sumatra's like, fuck you, jerk thugs.
Yes.
And then he sends his heads after those two.
he does. He sicks his heads on them.
Yep. Six them heads.
Sick them heads.
Those stupid little crappy heads. Vicious little crabby heads.
The makeup is so bad.
The makeup's bad.
And it's inconsistent.
Yeah, it's really inconsistent. And the seams around the perimeter of the face they bother me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like them. Okay.
All right.
So. Meh. Who gets him first?
Freddy.
Okay. He
Freddy
slits his throat.
comes in with the switchblade.
And then the Bill munches him.
Yep.
And then
3 hours later, Pud gets up because he'd fallen asleep.
fell asleep and
He's like, man, you've been in the shower for 3
3
hours.
hours.
What's going on? And he goes in there and he like opens the curtain. Obviously, Booger is laying in the tub.
Yeah.
We can all see him.
Yeah,
But
takes
Pud is not looking down at
weird
all. He's
awkward
like
time
he's going through the motion of like opening the curtain and looking
on
around.
like both.
And then he looks down and is
He's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Man, this water's freezing. You okay, Bug?
Syncopatic.
Stop it.
Is that a word? Syncopatic?
I don't think so.
Syncopatica?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think that's a word.
I gotta know now. No. Syncopatic? Syncopathic?
I don't know.
It's not. And that's not even right anyway. Okay. It's not a word.
Okay. Vinny is trying to get some with Sally just on a street, right? They're just parked on a street and they're in the backseat of his
So
car.
she goes to a movie with him.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, no, no. And he's like, get the fuck out of my car, you little whore.
I have it written down. I hope you get run over, you dumbass little bitch.
I hope you get run over, you dumbass little bitch.
So that's a normal way to react.
Sure. I mean,
He's a good guy.
That's spot on for toxic male. That tracks.
Yep.
Oh, we did forget that Pud got killed also in the
Yeah.
showers. Tommy showed up.
That's right. Tommy's the one that does the...
Yeah, because Booger awakens as a farting zombie and he like full Nelson's Pud
Yeah.
while Tommy zaps him in the head.
Now they're both farting zombies.
And they're weeding a garden in the alley.
But wait. That Elfman has worms in his mouth.
In that, yeah.
Real ones.
Mr. Sumatra wants to see you now.
He does indeed. He complained about it in the making of a documentary.
There you go.
That is on the DVD.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
You slept through it.
Oh. I'm good at reviewing movies.
Me too.
Shit.
We're professional.
Now, I think the Sally
The Sally.
is completely over Vinny. She goes to Tommy's grave.
Yes.
And it's the worst.
It is. The
Tommy-
whole scene, start to finish, is just weird.
Yeah,
for
I
one.
hate it.
But it ends very uncomfortably.
Yeah.
So, she's at Tommy's grave. She's like, even when we were kids, I think I loved you. She's just declaring her love. And Tommy shows up. And he's like, I'm still around.
And she like freaks out and she runs away from him and falls over.
Yes. And he's like,
let me give you my
let
brain
me put
waves.
my memories in you.
And
he zaps her in the head with a green
squiggly one.
Squiggly beam.
A squiggly beam.
Yeah. Which is just a new power that he apparently has and only uses in this scene.
And then gives her all the memories he has.
Witness, Sally. Bear witness as my life was so cruelly torn from me in the prime of my youth. Mr. Sumatra came to where I lie awaiting burial, severing my head from my corpse. He prepared my head so that it could receive my restless, wandering spirit once more.
Yes. And
she's like kind of accepting of it, and then he's like, oh, we should have one last embrace. And she's like, how would we do that? And then he like fucking flies his head up her shirt and just like,
yeah,
it's like in there.
Ah, Tommy, what are you doing? God, I can't stand it.
So uncomfortable.
This girl is underage
for sure
in this film. We looked it up.
Yeah.
I can't remember how old she was. Like
she was
16
like
or 17, something like that.
She
But
was
just like
a minor.
this little girl was so over sexualized in this movie.
All the clothes that she wears are like really inappropriate.
Yeah, for like
Yeah.
such a young kid.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
I guess that's like how it is. Anyway,
Tommy flies right up her shirt and nuzzles his head against her bosom. I guess.
I wrote weird, awkward, and uncomfortable.
It's just a whole lot of cringe.
Yes. Okay. Now, this cuts to Vinny's apartment. 'Cause
Yes.
he's like freaked out because he found his zombie friends farting in an alley.
In an alley.
His zombie farting pals in an alley cleaning something,
They were weeding a garden.
weeding a garden.
Which, you know, those alley gardens.
Yeah. Can't remember if they talked to him or not.
They do. They say, do you want to help us weed this garden? And he runs away. Right?
I guess so.
Because the next time we see Vinny, he's kind of going crazy
Yeah,
at his
he's-
apartment.
He's super freaked out and scared.
Yeah.
But then he just falls asleep.
Right. And then Zombie Booger and Pud show up.
Yeah, they show up.
Pud's got his vest on backwards for some reason.
Yes.
I don't know.
Wipers vest. His wipers vest.
I was trying to picture how, as a zombie, he somehow, like, inadvertently takes his vest off and then gets back in it backwards. Like, this would be a very complicated series of gestures and movements.
Well, the other one got dressed
That's true. They, like, changed his clothes or something.
because he was in the shower.
That's right.
And he had to put clothes on. So someone clothed him.
I guess they
hit the smoke.
I guess the zombies have a little bit of modesty. Here comes the smoke, y'all.
I'm the smoke.
Hey.
Wow.
That's so much smoke.
Uh-oh. Listen, seems to really dissipate up here pretty quick for some
Yeah,
reason.
it really does.
That's a good sign, I'm sure.
Right.
It's not drafty up here.
It's not just pouring out of some opening somewhere.
Ew.
They do say you can get these things to find air leaks
Oh.
in your house.
Well, probably just found like 80 up here.
Yep. Seems about right.
We're in an attic, y'all. It's hot as fuck. Oh, right. So, The zombies come. They're all dressed and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Vinny just jumps headfirst out of a window to get away from them.
He does. It seems...
It's always my first reaction to things.
He pops up out of like a recessed stairway.
Yeah, I guess he was like in a basement.
Yeah, but it seems like he's living
He was.
on a higher floor.
Because that
right?
window had like a cityscape.
Right, so he just dove headfirst out of a
Nothing matters.
a second or third story window and lands in a stairwell.
Nothing matters.
And he just runs out of it. No problem.
Yeah, no, not a problem.
The city street is totally empty, except it is fast filling with farting zombies.
Farting zombies. Ugh, stupid.
He runs to
Big Nose.
Mo, and he gets like an Oscar-worthy monologue in.
Mm-hmm. Not Oscar-worthy, but
it's pretty great
for that movie.
It was like it was a good performance for Vinny, I think.
It was the fucking heads.
What's that you're talking about? Heads?
Heads, little heads. They're flying around. They got ponytails. They got teeth. They got bugged out eyes. They belong to Mr. Sumatra. They're little and they're brown. They're flying around. They're chasing me all over the friggin' place. And that ain't the worst of it. At first, they were all messed up, Booger and Pud, right? But now they're really friggin' messed up. I mean, they got skin falling off of their face. They're chasing me around everywhere. They got maggots falling off out of their mouth.
I felt.
Jesus. Right. So then, what's her fuck? Sally goes to Mr. Sumatra's condominium.
Yes, Sally, you have been at my condo. Thirsty, perhaps?
Yes.
And then it's awkward there too.
Oh man.
And then she's like accepting of this
Of the
whole
heads,
thing going on.
the Shrunken Heads thing.
fine.
Yeah. She even invites Tommy back into her shirt.
She does.
Never have I seen or heard of a human head made so small to show affection of this sort.
I just hate it.
I feel like it was a way to get cleavage in the movie,
Yeah,
even
maybe-
though it was an underage girl.
Yeah. Maybe he was like, you know what this movie's missing?
Cleavage.
Boobs.
Yeah.
Ugh. So then then does the balcony scene happen between her and Mr. Sumatra?
Yeah.
Okay, some dumb gobbledygook gets said, and then like he's like, go change into this gown because you're a virgin.
Yeah, he's like, go in my bedroom.
Yes.
And in there you'll find a gown.
Yes.
Change. It's
No
it's
red
just,
flags at
yeah,
all.
it is just a non-stop
Predatory.
parade
Like,
of red flags. Yeah.
like what the whole movie really is.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't make you feel dirty per se, but it's just like it's just an awkward film in general.
Is your maidenhead intact? Only a female who has never had a male member inside of her body can complete this particular spell. Go into my bedroom and dress in the gown in my closet.
Right. I mean,
It's just so incredibly confused.
yeah, the movie never really crosses the line per se,
Not
but
really.
it flirts with that line pretty heavily.
It does. Yeah, for sure. Like I didn't watch it and get angry about it or anything. I was just like, this is all just a bad idea.
This is
like I didn't
so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I wasn't like mad at it for making me uncomfortable. Because like you said, it never really crosses the line, but it's
Yeah.
just like, fuck were you thinking, man?
Right, it's like Creepy Uncle the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. All right, so she changes, and Mr. Sumatra changes into his, like, essentially criminal suit.
Yeah. It was like his, he said it was his uniform when he was in the Tauntaun Manuk
bad at remembering stuff.
Makut. But I mean, it's just like a suit, really. It's like a pinstripe suit.
Maybe.
Navy blue pinstripe suit.
So they're all dressed up in their outfits.
She's in her gown, he's in a suit.
And they go to
They head on down to Big Mo.
Yeah. Root
They head on down to Big Mo.
Where they kind of just like have a run-in with everything, and
Mr. Sumatra flat out shoots a guy in the head.
Yeah.
Straight away. Guy, he knocks on the door and the guy answers and he just...
Yeah, so
he
like...
He splatters that dude's brains.
Who even knows? He's a good guy?
Just come in shooting.
Anyway. And then the heads come in with the little girl as like a halo.
Yeah.
Spinning around, which is interesting, and...
All the zombies come in.
All the farting zombies come in, which I guess he loaded up in his car. So that probably smelled real good. A bunch of farting zombies.
Yeah.
And they were basically just like, Big Mo, we're coming for you. And then Big Mo shoots Mr. Sumatra. They kidnap Sally.
Yes. Vinny, Big Mo, and Big Mo's side piece. All... I don't know if she's married, so I don't know if she's technically a side piece, but
it's just fun to say.
They're all in Vinny's car.
Yes.
And everybody's telling Sally to shut up. Like, everybody.
First they tell the side piece to shut up.
Yeah.
And then they tell Sally to shut up.
Like a million times.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. So they're doing like a road chase, a car chase scene.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Richard Elfman is a cult leader in a bus.
The moment approaches and the faithful shall be cleansed, brothers and sisters, cleansed in the fire of the holy apocalypse.
On the road.
Yes, it is.
They all drive him and his bus load of people off the road. And then
off a bridge into the water.
That lasted like less than a minute. Don't even know why that was in there.
I don't either. It was a strange bit of comedy, I suppose.
I guess so.
But it happened, and then it was over.
Yes, it was.
And the chase continued.
The chase continued, and then the heads come after the carload of people, and Big Mo holds her own, man.
She does. She shoots Bill Turner.
Mm-hmm.
She runs over Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she doesn't. She's not driving, but she does. She does arrange it somehow, I suppose.
And then Tommy gets all wound up, and he flies into Vinny's mouth after he's like,
through the windshield. And
what did he say? Look at me, or some shit like that.
I hope so. I don't remember what he said, but
pretty sure that's
look at
what he
me,
said.
look at me is fantastic as a battle cry.
Yeah. Look at me, look at me. I think he was talking to Sally, like he was trying to impress her or something. I don't know.
Look, Sally, look at me.
I think, well...
He does say something. He's all like...
cut to it.
He's all amped up.
And, and he just goes in there.
He flies right through the windshield and into Vinny's mouth.
Into his mouth.
And Vinny at this point is like gagging on Tommy's head. So he pulls over.
Right.
He's got something to deal with. He's got a situation.
I feel like you're just making it worse. Jesus.
Everybody piles out of the car.
Roadhead.
Vinny does indeed. He's choking on some roadhead.
Just saying.
Yeah. Tommy is like simultaneously choking Vinny and electrocuting him. So that's pretty much the end of Vinny.
But Mr. Sumatra ends up coming.
Yeah.
And he like wrangles them all somehow. He gets them all. He gets Big Mo and Vinny. Vinny's still alive somehow.
Yeah.
And lets the side piece go because she stopped
Yeah.
Big Mo from shooting the gun.
Don't worry, mister. Nobody believed this in a million years. I'll go. Thanks. Yeah, I'll just go, okay?
So Mr. Sumatra wrangles them all up, and then he wrangles up his run-over heads.
Yes.
Which was kind of... Oh, wait! Oh, damn it. There's that part in the car where Sally gets slapped or whatever. And I'm sorry.
Big Mo
This is
pistol
terrible.
whips Sally.
Yeah, it was,
And it was
pretty
very
fucking satisfying.
It was a cathartic moment. For all.
I'm, don't like hating small children, but that was fine.
When it happens in movies, it's hilarious.
Sometimes it's really funny.
I mean...
Always pretty funny.
Not if, like, it's Robert De Niro
No.
beating up Juliette Lewis, but...
Right. Anyway. So Mr. Sumatra has all the things. He's got the people, he's got the heads.
He does. He's mixing himself up a new batch of person. In his condominium.
You must go back to our condominium. The condominium, my condominium!
He bequeaths the heads to Sally.
Yes. These are yours now for
Yeah.
when you need them again.
He says they are sleeping until they're needed again.
Yes.
As if there was ever going to be a Shrunken Heads Part 2.
God, I wish there were.
I mean...
I wish there were. It would probably be...
I can't even imagine what you would do with that.
No.
You know, like...
I don't know either.
You bring in Pauly Shore.
Ew!
You know, like... Where do you go?
I don't know. I don't care. It didn't happen. It hasn't happened. Maybe it will someday, though.
Yeah.
We can watch it.
But this is pretty much the end of the movie.
This is pretty much the end of the movie. And he had told Big Mo and Vinny that he had, like, a worse fate for them than turning them into these farting zombies that turn into brown goo.
Yeah, but after the credits, there's like an end credits scene.
And that's what they are.
That's what they are. They're farting zombies and they're scrubbing graffiti with toothbrushes. Which they never ever explain the zombies' compulsion to clean up urban decay.
And also, why are they farting?
I don't know. This
Me
whole movie
neither.
is so fucking confusing.
Yep, it really is.
I don't know why. I don't know how a room full of people, like producers and executives and stuff, like at some point there had to have been some meeting where everybody was like, "Yep."
Well, that's how, I mean, like, all of these things happen. You know, I mean, we watch them.
It's such a baffling, bizarre movie. I just don't understand it.
He hasn't made many movies.
No. He's made a handful.
He has.
And I think Danny Elfman works with him a lot because, you know, they're family.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome to be like a kind of like a B camp director and have somebody like Danny Elfman scoring your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend this movie.
No, I think we covered all the parts that anybody would really want to see in this movie because as a complete package, it's just so... You don't know what you're watching and you don't know why you're watching it. It's just kind of a frustrating movie to watch, I think.
Probably not the best Halloween movie to do. I guess it's a horror movie.
I mean...
What is it? I don't know.
It's like... superhero horror?
Not superheroes.
What the fuck is this movie?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. It feels like a horror movie. And the scenes, all the Shrunken Head scenes with them doing their goofy shit are hilarious.
It's true.
But it's just kind of like a one-trick pony, because once that joke is told, it's,
Halloween!
fuck this movie.
Halloween! Spooky Shrunken Heads.
Alright. Gonna smoke you guys out?
Not supposed to say it. Oh, poor Seymour.
Ninja vanish. You're hovering quite aggressively. I'd say a little,
Don't make me laugh!
So, it's pretty fucking rad not having a body.
Oh, yeah.
Snow, going to the bathroom.
My eye feels weird, though.
It looks a little weird.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wonder what that's all
You might
about.
want to get that checked out, probably. Never hungry.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shrunken Head. I wonder what I can do with this eye.
Yeah. Like in the movie, we should have some special powers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is a weird thing.
It is. It doesn't look healthy.
No.
No, it looks painful.
I can't see it. I can't even see out of it.
Oh, I don't feel so well, though.
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Whoa! Wow, that was weird.
Oh, that was unpleasant.
Ugh. You could say that I could assault someone.
Oh, I don't have any machete puns.
Me neither.
Oh well. Let's go home.
Better luck next time. Oh, my knees. Seymour. Candy corn.